Good evening, guys. Wow. Okay, so I've got something pretty cool to show you guys today. We had a 9v10 triple. What? Are you serious? And it wasn't against just some kind of like normal farm clan or random engineer spin or whatever. This is against a CWL Premier Clan LP4 Hades. Wow. I was like, apparently it happened overnight because I woke up in the morning to a DM from many of the clanmates saying, dude, you gotta check this out. All right, so going into these type of attacks, just know, guys, and I'm actually going to show you the scout first because of, I mean, it kind of demonstrates the importance of scouts. A lot of times, Town Hall 9s, you know, they think to themselves, oh, man, I'm on scout duty today, or man, you know, I couldn't quite triple. You know, they might start sticking me on scouts. Guys, I don't think people understand the level of value in scouts out of the 9s. How important. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone clears 9s. At any mainstream war, it's the scouts are what put up those 10v10 triples, help set up those 10v11s, and in this case, a 9v10 triple. Probably one of the more important aspects of war. People just kind of overlook it quite a bit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this. All right, so we had the victory here. Valar Morghulis taking the win over LP4 Hades, like I said before. Both of which are CWL Premier Clans. Fantastic war hitters here. And this kind of proves it. We did take the victory 115 to 114, so special shout out to VM. And it came down to the wire. I would say within the last like 6 minutes of war here. You know, we came out swinging and picked up that victory. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys before going straight into the attack itself. I want to show you a little bit of the planning phase in the sense that, you know, the scout that was utilized first, because I mean, the scout was actually got quite a bit of percent on it, to say the least. So let's go ahead and get a zoomed in view real quick, and then you guys can take a look, you know, with that little bit of that primo vision. Okay, here we go. From Stormborn, shout out to Stormborn for this OP scout here. So he's initially going to take a look at the base. All right, so initially looking at this, you're like, okay, he's got 4 air defenses and an Inferno Tower all right there, and the Queen all right there. Okay, how can I take advantage of this, right? So I'm going to go the air avenue of approach here. And bear in mind, guys, something to keep note of. He has no splash, like, directly around there. I mean, the next closest thing is probably this Wizard Tower. All right, so goes ahead and opens up, gets a couple of loons in. He's essentially trying to see if there's outside Teslas, which he is successful in finding out. Gets a couple of those. Any of the potential air entries for his main force to come in with the Lalo. And as you can see, I didn't really see many traps there other than just the Teslas. So it does look like a plausible Lalo point. Goes ahead and drops that king to help establish the funnel, so that way he can see how much value he can get here with a suicide queen. And by suicide queen, I mean a queen that goes in without healers. Is pretty much, she's going to go in there, get her phase ability, and then she's going to be done, hoping to get as much value and as much enemy defense down as possible before she goes down, especially going into the single point Inferno Tower. Now, she should easily be able to pick up 2 air defenses, no problem. Including, honestly, going into an Inferno Tower like this, activate a phase, go ahead and take that out as well. Now, guys, keep in mind here, I'm going to hit pause one more time. He's got a Rage and 3 Skelly spells. That means he had no intentions of taking the Queen out with his king. That means he has intentions to take her out. And being that there's no splash damage directly near her, he could potentially do this just whenever. Like right now, there it is, boom. There's the Rage, there's a triple Skelly. And not only is he going to take the Queen, but he's also going to take both air defenses. And he's just, this is a scout, guys. He's trying to see if it's plausible before going in for the main hit. Hey, apparently that's plausible. Apparently that's something that can definitely be done. He goes ahead and starts his Lalo, pulls another Tesla. There's an air-seeking mod, kind of be weary of, which shouldn't be too big of an issue, especially since he's going to be going the Sui route. You know, his Hound didn't really have to quite pick that up. And then continues to start searching. So we'll hit ×2 here, because this is not the attack that triples. This is just, I've got to show you guys the importance of scouting, you know what I mean? Because I mean, this sets it up for perfection. I mean, you see a scout like this, how much of the base was taken out? You think to yourself, okay, we're not even gonna have to burn a 10 on this base. We can theoretically, I mean, look at that. He actually clears defenses. Are you serious? In the scout. So this potentially could have been a fresh 9v10. God. Gollies. So Stormborn, great scout. All right, so then we're gonna go into the main event. All right, so he's taking a look at that. He's thought to him, he's established the plan. He thought to himself, okay, so I know where pretty much everything is. The Skelly Rage worked. It tagged both the Queen, both air defenses, and just left the. It's at that point you're pretty much hitting a Town Hall 9 base with a Lalo and one single point level 2 Inferno back end. Oh, and an extra Expo. But the amount of value, I mean, with having 2 air defenses down and an Inferno shouldn't be too much of a problem. And a Queen? Oh, absolutely. And then, guys, bear in mind, I don't believe he actually pulled the CC at all. And that kind of tells us that it's a Hound Loon. Something it's in my opinion, very dangerous to run at as a low weight 10. For that reason, I'm actually going to go ahead and hit pause here for a second and kind of address that a little bit. So whenever you're a low weight 10, you're base building, you got to bear in mind, the possibility of various different type of attack comps hitting your base. And a lot of times, with these low weight 10s, especially post update, you're going to start seeing a lot more Shattered Hobo, Stone. I even rarely see Stone Hobo. You see a lot of Mass Hog, where you just kind of sue your heroes, pull the CC, just spam hogs. There's a plethora of different troop comps, and generally you see Hound Loon coming out to kind of help against some of the kill squad entries and maybe slow up a Queen charge. However, it really opens up, exactly this, a Sui Lalo, or honestly even a spam hog, because then you don't really have to pull the CC at that point. You just poison the Loon. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. I don't think he pulls it. Yeah, his King goes down. There's the Rage. There's the triple scale. I love that. And it's so genius, guys. Base building, once again, you've got to have some sort of splash if you're going to put your Queen out there like that, because she can easily be Rage Skellied. And then not only that, but he had plenty enough Skellies to go ahead and take out both air defenses too with ease. I mean, I understand he's trying to help fend it off with 2 Expos. And then a lot of times people usually use kind of 2 Skelly spells in order to do that. However, in this case, I mean, just add a third one in there. This is no problem. Goes ahead and begins his Lalo. He's got 4 hastes. Interestingly enough, guys, I actually don't see a heal spell here. So he's gonna have this. It's gonna be speed, time of the essence, to go ahead and take out those wizard towers. Now, as they start padding their way in, down by the 6, he is kind of looking at the time relatively, especially after that scout. Since this time he didn't really have to utilize those loons up by the 10 o'clock, it wasn't quite as much of a factor, but it's still there. He's got the haste spell final. And is that, what is going on with this Expo? And then, yeah, so defense cleared. He actually had plenty of loons left. Look at that. It wasn't even a close hit. That was not even close. Destroyed. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know I'm going to hear it quite a bit in the comments. Things like, oh, he didn't have the right CC or yada yada. At the end of the day, guys, at the end of the day, this is a Town Hall 9. I don't care what the CC is. This is a Town Hall 9 that tripled a Town Hall 10. Tier 2. A tier 2. It's not even, I wouldn't even really necessarily call it, well, I guess it could, it's on the verge between tier 1 and tier 2. And wow. To say the least. Wow. So special shout out to not only Mon, but his scout and everyone. I know there was a lot of guys in the voice chat helping to plan. That's fantastic for morale. And then I told my boy Nass here I was going to go ahead and show his attack. Hey, we got a sexy 11v11. May as well just go ahead and throw that in here too. Hey, who doesn't want to see some nice 11v11 action? This is actually something I kind of want to talk to you guys about as well. This is becoming extremely prevalent in the 11v11 front. Usually when toward the end of wartime, when you need to pick up that percent or that extra star, and you've got like, I don't know, 20 minutes left and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, okay, you know, as a war general, we're gonna have to 11v11. This is generally the troop comp that we see coming out of that. A lot of times people are coming in with these queen charge bow witches, even almost to the T. There's a single P.E.K.K.A pulling the Eagle Artillery, activating that DPS, and then the bowlers, witches, queen, healer, it all goes in there. Generally gets a pretty decent split. You do have to establish a pretty solid funnel there early. I'm going into ×2. But it was a fantastic hit. Just look at the way King Nast here just rips through the core and absolutely just takes over this base. Nicely done. Absolutely. And like I said, this is something I would say out of the last 3 wars in which we've had 11v11 attempts, this is becoming the real most dominant one. I am thinking about putting together a video specifically around it here in the near future to kind of help, you know, look at, you know, okay, what is it that I'm looking for in order to utilize this? Where do I start my queen? Where do I start my bowlers, my witches, you know, whatnot? So that should be coming out relatively in the near future. I think once we have a war, we get at least 2-3 of them, so that way I can show you various different examples in bases and what to look for and where to start it from. Because I would say a good chunk of the bases out there that, I mean, this troop comp could be utilized on. So yeah. Alrighty guys, I appreciate you for tuning in. Once again, I'm in awe. Anytime, I would say I've been streaming Clash for quite some time, and throughout that time I've seen about 3 9v10 triples. Yeah, at least at this caliber of warfare. I'm not talking about like farm wars where you get those NG clans and you're sitting there getting 8s, tripling 11s and all kinds of nonsense. I'm talking about some 2 elite clans going at it and then picking up a fantastically well-placed, well-played 9v10 triple. And like I said before, I know I sound a little bit like a broken record, but yes, I know people are going to be like, oh, he had a Houndloon CC or yada yada. Hey, part of war is to take advantage of what you find out during an attack. During a scout, you find out he's running this type of CC, then absolutely, why wouldn't you run that type of troop comp and then free up a 10? If he's got all 4 air defenses right next to each other and his queen in there without any splash around her, why wouldn't you take advantage of that with some skellies and rage? Oh, absolutely. That just means that VM is smart enough to know how to go ahead and take advantage, and I love it. So without further ado, if you haven't already, follow me over at twitch.tv/Scottoria for live coverage of all the ByeForever Family clans. And follow me over at Twitter at @ClashScottoria, so that way you can see whenever I go live, whenever I drop videos, whenever I post random pictures of goats or sharks or I don't know. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys click that like and subscribe button here on YouTube. And you're more than welcome to join my personal Discord server, discord.gg/thekillsquad, all one word. And feel free to just talk to me about tacos. And oh man, I just had this new type of taco. We'll talk about it in the Discord server. Appreciate you guys for hanging out tonight, and I'll see you again very soon.